I know. You're like, I thought you said Monday. But this can't wait. I can't wait. I got to talk to you about this. Okay, so the post about DM, we're going to talk about that.
I know.
Oh, wait.
You're
like, I thought you said Monday. But this can't wait. Sound check. That's all. Don't panic. It's all your voices together, true crime voices. All right, so I'm not going to ask you if you can hear me because obviously you can. But this, I know I said I'll see you Monday. Y'all, this can't wait. Let's get it out of the way. There's a post out there that is allegedly DMs. So when I say DMs, I'm referring to the Idaho 4 case with the surviving roommate, Dylan Mortensen. And allegedly, some people believe it's her. I have a big problem. Many problems with this post. That just, to me, it cannot be her. And if it was her, we have a big problem, Moscow. Hey, Jill. Hi, Wildfire. Lay Story, good to have you with us. Kim House, Michelle Louise, Jill Elaine, Jacqueline Keeley, Joyful Dolphin. Hi, baby girl. Angie Motes, good to have you all. Finally caught alive. Woohoo! That's another thing. I'm like, I need to do a Saturday thing, but my son's recital, which went beautiful. Joe Something is his YouTube channel. He plays piano. He got 2 likes. Go hit it up and shower him with love because he plays the most beautiful piano. He got to play on a Yamaha today, which mind-blowing. So. Let's talk about this right away. Let's go get it. Hold on. I gotta get the post up. You know, I should pull it up on screen, right? So let's create. We're a work in progress. We'll grab an image. All right. Now let's see. We're gonna browse, and it's in. Hold on. If I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it better. It's in downloads. Oh, that'd be that. Oh, shoot. I don't have it that way. All right. So you're going to have to look it up. Sorry, y'all. It's a work in progress. So it says Dylan Mortensen. It says, well, first off, we heard Xana and Ethan come home first and talk to him. Stop right there. So this would imply that, if I'm understanding this right, she didn't talk to Xana at all. She just knew she was drunk. All right. They were both drunk. And that's when we went to bed. We live on the 3rd floor. Stop right there. Excuse me? So, you've been in an elevator, and there's the buttons where it's the first floor is on the ground level, and then there's the second floor or lobby in a commercial, but second floor is above that, and then 3rd floor is it's the highest floor where Kaylee and Maddie were. So you live on the 3rd floor. We live on the 3rd floor. Okay? And always lock our doors to prevent people from stumbling in our rooms. We're used to noise because it's a party house. We were up late that night and didn't come downstairs until noon when the cops came to investigate. Stop right there. So even if you get your floors mixed up and you're like, well, we're calling the basement level the third floor because we were like 1, 2, 3. How'd you go downstairs in the basement? And if you're coming downstairs, maybe she just meant to say upstairs and said downstairs. Let's continue. No, she says, we came downstairs and we saw the bodies bound and gagged and blood everywhere. So much blood. We didn't make the phone call. We don't know who did. So you're on the third floor and you came downstairs. So if you're Dylan, everything up to this point has led us to believe you're on the second floor. And the only way downstairs is to the basement where allegedly Bethany was, and there'd be no bodies. So this poster, if this is DM, goes against everything we've ever been told. There's allegedly a gag order on her, so I have to call it like I see it, and this is, a scam. There's no way in hell this is real. And it's pathetic that we have to take time out of our schedule as creators to debunk a falsified media post that was probably, more than likely, put out by the very people that are supposed to control the narrative in the media. Just saying. The one selling Brian Kohlberger is guilty on the news. Also, get a media bonus of some sort probably for crisis management and go stir the shit pot up on setting off rumors to distract us. So we have to be very discerning to really pay attention to what we're reading. And if Dylan Mortensen was on the third floor, that alone literally throws this case upside down. So, I don't buy it. I just don't. Let's see what you guys think. Let me get back over to Topside, also known as my chat, my beautiful family. Oh, I closed every window. No, here we go. Frognado's like, what the F? Straight up. What the F? This cannot be real. Here's why. It says we came downstairs twice. What, you went through the floor into the basement? And if you were third floor? What's Sassy saying? I don't see why it would be her posting, because why would she intentionally want to make herself out to look more guilty? Excellent point. Excellent point. Yes, Maddie and Kaylee, Truth Train coming through, were found on the top floor, which is the third floor. Ethan and Xana were found on the second floor. Dylan allegedly, at first, not even allegedly, at first, law enforcement and others led us to believe that the survivors were on the basement level first floor. Later, the PCA comes out and we find out through the PCA that DM's room is on the same level as Ethan and Xana's, and that she is able to hear them, and that she allegedly saw the bushy-eyed guy. And every time I think of the way that this affidavit is written, and the bushy eyebrows being the main thing, all I can think of is Sesame Street. It's bull. Jillian Lane says, sounds right, Mama D. I just call bull S on this. Right! Virgo 22. Makes me wonder what Kaylee's dad said. He didn't need to go upstairs. That will always confuse me. He didn't need to go upstairs. Yeah, Jeff says, I don't buy it either. Jill's like, the truth train. The truth train. It is a truth train. So I had to talk about it. I had to get it out there because it was like impounding my brain. I'm like, how is she going downstairs? I can't take this case anymore. So please help me. Give me strength. I mean, there's got to be common sense amongst us all. We are true crimers. There's nobody buying this piece of garbage. And to the poster, nice try. We're not stupid. Hi, Betty Marchant. How are you? And welcome to 1111 Tarot. Lisa Byers, hello. Lady D, good to see you. Jersey Gal, such a tangled, confusing case. Yes. Susan Rusko says, well, that proves it. Jillian Lane says, love that goat. Well, when you're in true crime, it can be a mental mind screw. And I've often thought that should be like written in like, you know, behind the 1111, because it's like a mental mind screw. And you have to stay grounded. And you have to really, really discern between the perpetrators confusing it even more in many cases because they're in the limelight. Usually the one that did it is, you know, on camera. Usually pretty close to the case. Or you find out about the shit they pulled. I was thinking about Brian Laundrie, you know, because it's all coming out. I was really thinking about it. And, like, I looked. It was, like, 6 weeks before Brian faked his death. Because that's, to me, all I can say. That I was, like, screaming. And when it comes time, and I know you're not understanding it now, but when it comes time, y'all don't fall for the bullshit story that he took his own life, because it's gonna be said. And I'm like pounding the table, and then it's weeks and weeks later, and the whole scenario plays out, and I'm like, yeah. So people ask me often, like out of the blue, randomly, they'll ask me, where do you think Brian really is? If you think he's alive, where do you think he is? He's in one of two places. And I really feel like he's in Italy. That's where my gut tells me. Is that he's got some little chateau with a little vineyard, smoking his weed, and living his life up. I really feel that. I feel the entire thing with Mommy and Daddy and the Doris backpack was completely staged. I really do. And I've known it. Like, I knew it was coming. I tried to tell y'all it was going to be a whole, like, bullshit scenario. And I'm like, don't buy it. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. And then when it started coming up, everybody's like, hey, that's what you said was going to happen. I'm like, yeah, just wait for it, though. Still, there'll be millions of people. They're like, oh, my God, the mom and dad. Did you just see that? Was that a feather? Maybe Gabby's raining down feathers. I mean, I love that girl. On an island, says Deborah Martina Lewis. That could be. Chateau is France. Wise Angel. A chateau. Whatever you call it in Italy. It could be France. I mean, it's all in there. That's the direction. Joyful says he's on the boat. Virgo 22 says he might be in Moscow. Good Lord. I had to pause for a minute because I'm like, Florida, Idaho, he liked to travel. Villas, there you go. I never said like I have a good amount of knowledge about culture. I wish I had more. Ooh, Kim House says hanging with Casey Anthony. Ooh. Amsterdam. That's what Jenny's saying, Amsterdam. Wise Angel, hang on there a minute. They have been having issues on Death Island in Italy. That would be right up his alley. Like, he likes to carve, like, skulls out of soap. And if it was a place like that, Death Island, that'd be like Brian's, like, ooh. He's like walking evil. Hi, Katrina Miller, lovely. Jeff thinks he could be in the Philippines. Hello, Bombshell. So give me a 1 if you, and I'm not judging you, so don't feel like I'm going to be like, so-and-so said number 1 and da-da-da. No. Give me a 1 if you feel like there's anything valid in the post that allegedly DM made. And list why you feel that way. There, you know, they say to every rumor is a little hidden bit of truth. I don't know if that's true. But give me a 1 that way. Give me a 2 if you're like, I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't decided, you know. I got to think about it. Give me a 3 if you guys are like, there's no way in hell that's DM. Kira Elementary says that Brian could be hiding in plain sight. That's a scary thought. Remember how many bald men got called out? I felt bad for any bald man that had any type of little goatee. I was like, oh shit. You're going to be on YouTube in some dark alley putting your garbage away. And people are going to be like, I found Brian! And God forbid you have a backpack on. Now think about that. Think long and hard. How Brian, I was like, this is a grown man that has I feel like I'm looking for Dora the Explorer's son because he's always got that damn backpack. Backpack, Brian. Backpack. What? And then Mommy and Daddy come out, and what is Mommy wearing? It looked like Brian's backpack. I got my shit here. Dora the Explorer and her little evil son. They had weeks. Why did they go camping? Because now we know for a fact. Now I can say it. And when I said it before, everybody's like, maybe. No. They went camping because there's no cameras. There's no bugs. There's nobody going to be listening to your conversation. You're in the middle of the damn woods. And you can be like, Mom, I killed Gabby. How'd you do it, Brian? Tell us everything. That's what went down. And everybody's like, oh, the sister didn't know anything. Bull crap. I call it like I see it. Them kids would have been, where's Auntie Gabby? Where is she? And what would you say? Your first question is, where's Gabby? And they're going to have to tell you. So, you know. And she's going to take her kids and her family, go swimming. And they're going to sit down, Mom and Dad and Bri, there. And he's going to pull that apron string and go, here's what happened. And they're going to be like, good thing we have a lawyer. So, Sean, excellent point. I thought Brian's skeleton and dental records found and matched up. They found a partial part of a tooth bone that matched up, y'all. I don't care if what that I'm telling you now. I don't care what kind of match they got. He could have had surgery to get that out in the time frame it took for them to find Brian. Shorten my jaw a quarter inch so that there's something I can get this over with and get over to Italy. I don't know. I'm just saying. Everything was packed up in a tight little bundle there, neatly found. The dog couldn't smell it, but the dad could? Please. I'm just not gullible, and I'm not buying what they're selling. It's kind of like looking at that row of Afghans at the craft sale, and there's good ones and there's bad ones that you pull it and it just unravels and you got nothing. Well, I'm not going to buy that Afghan, because as soon as you start pulling at the little tidbits of all the breaking points, it unravels. Mom and Dad found Brian's shit. No way in hell. No way in hell. I can read it again. I'll read it again. So let's get back on topic, because, you know, this is true crime chat. So as long as we're talking true crime, we're always on the mark. But let's go back and revisit this for those that are just joining. I have to get on a different screen. It's complicated, but I've got too many devices and what have you. All right. So, this is allegedly, and I say that with high doubt and unlikely probability. Dylan Mortensen allegedly posted, well, first off, we heard Xana and Ethan come home first and talk to him. Stop right there. In other words, they only talked to Ethan? Okay. They were both drunk. And that's when we went to bed. We live on the 3rd floor and always lock our doors to prevent people from stumbling into our rooms. Stop right there. Where the hell you live? Say that again. What floor did you say you live on? We live on the 3rd floor. Okay. So you were upstairs on the top level where Maddie and Kaylee were murdered? Maybe you just can't count. Maybe you're thinking the 3rd floor is the bottom level. Okay. We're used to noise because it's a party house. We were up late that night and didn't come downstairs until noon when the cops came to investigate. Excuse me? Bethany was in the basement. What do you mean we didn't come downstairs? Is that little hidden door, you open it and it goes downstairs? Because as far as I know, the basement where Bethany's sleeping is about as downstairs as you can already get. We came downstairs, so twice. We came downstairs. And we saw the bodies bound and gagged. And blood everywhere. Oh, so much blood. We didn't make the phone call. We don't know who did. I'm telling you right now, the very people that are working to prosecute Brian, in my humble opinion, are using crisis funding to put out bullshit like this, just like when they sent us on wild goose chases for the wrong vehicle at the wrong time, told us lies that the roommates were in the basement asleep, but they weren't. Apparently, according to this, they were upstairs. What? No. It just doesn't work. We're not buying it anymore. So we can discern when there's a red herring thrown out there. You're going to have to do better. Do your research. maybe get somebody more familiar with the case to put this shit out there. I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to help you anyway, because you're a bunch of bullshitters and you're sick. That's disturbing to write about the blood and oh so much blood when you aren't even real. You're just somebody trying to start shit up and get everybody in a frizz. And Susan Rusko says that was debunked, the bound and gagged part. JC says, oh, this suggests that Dylan's boyfriend slept over. Wait, if we find out that Dylan was actually, allegedly taking over on the 3rd floor, there's no way, because there's only 2 bedrooms up there. The girls were in one room, and Steve himself, Kaylee's dad, said that Kaylee's bed was still made. So there's no way. Bernice Riviera, well, if Kaylee had moved out, per her mom, maybe DM lived up there, and BF and DM were together upstairs partying. I don't know. They said that Steve, Kaylee's dad, did say her room was untouched. That her bed was still made. Hi, Mike O'Donnell, and welcome to 1111. Enjoy your pretzels. Miss Potty Mouth, I haven't seen you in forever. I gotta get on here at least once on the weekend so I can see all my beautifuls. JC says, I've always felt Quinn was involved. His truck was on the street that late night. Kim House says, I don't think either one of the survivors were inside of the house when it was all taking place. That's crossed my mind too. Mike O'Donnell says, this case is so Twin Peaks. Susan Rusko says, if DM did move up to Kaylee's room, how come in over a year we heard 2nd floor or with BF? That's a good question. That's what I said. If this were to be true, this would change this case upside down. There's just, I'm calling bullshit. Yes, but Katrina Miller, I thought that too, lovely. She says, I think she meant 3rd floor, meaning bottom. But she says, we came downstairs. So even if we're saying she meant the bottom level, did she mean to say upstairs twice? Because she said downstairs twice. And that's just not something you're going to slip up on. Thanks for the humor. Okay. We're going to have to get a whiteboard. Mike O'Donnell says, there are so many names, people, I feel I need a program to keep it all straight. Kira Elementary, maybe the killer wanted to stir the pot with this post for more attention. Didn't think of that. Now, wow. What if it is the bozo, the killer clown? Frognado says downstairs as in tunnels. Oh, thank you. Susan Rusko said if she was on the 3rd floor, how would she see him go out the sliding doors? Now, Katrina Miller says, I believe there is some truth in that post. Hi, Joni Stafford says, I'm confused. Are you saying Jack's in Italy from previous footage. I thought he was in Sweden. Some references to the Alps. Have I got that wrong? We were talking about Brian Laundrie. So sorry, love. We were discussing another case. It was a Gabby Petito case, and we were talking about Brian Laundrie. Some people believe he's dead, and then there's other of us that just don't believe it. Ooh. Angie Motes says only good that can come of this is if DM gets mad because they changed her story, throwing her under the bus, and causes her to spill her guts. Wouldn't that be something? Tara Mama says, I just don't believe it's her. Angela Hall, maybe after they left Oregon and crashed a car, maybe. Yeah, because there was that white Honda Elantra. Allegedly belonged to a woman. Hi, Bernice Rivera. It has been a long time. Good to see you. Yep, this was a group of people still free. A lot of us feel that way. Bombshell says, funny how things are leaked out at different times. That's a good point. It was weird. Like, I was doing the reading on Jack Showalter, and it was not a big secret. Everybody kind of knew. And the thing about Jack Showalter posted. And then I was doing the reading on Bethany, and then it was like, this stuff happened. And I was like, damn. I'm not saying it's all tied together, but universally it is. Oh, JC says the Alps are also in Italy. See, guys, I'm saying Italy for Brian Laundrie, or Lion Brondry is what I like to call him. Carol Elementary said spell check could have changed upstairs instead of downstairs. Spell check is a bitch. Well, I get it, but she also said third floor. And if you're thinking you're on the third floor, you would go downstairs. And then she said it again, downstairs. And I'm like, there's no way in hell. Wise Angel UK, Danny, can you look into Karan Williams murder case here in the UK, please? I can't as much as I want to, as I'm too close to the families involved. Send me something on an email about it, and I'll look into it. So you guys, there's this guy. This is weird. I'm going to get off chat a minute, and I'm going to read you. So there's this guy, and I'm not quite sure what's going on, so I'm going to share it with you guys. Keep this transparent. There's something, I don't know, it could just be a harmless dude but I just want to share this with you guys. I find it interesting. Let's see, we got to go to, it's through 1111 Tarot. So he contacted me through 1111 Tarot. He says his name is Bob. Now, I'm not going to give his last name. It's not my place. It's been a long conversation. He wrote me, I'm interested. Can you tell me more? Not hi, nothing, just... He says, this is Bob blah 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 from the Bob blah 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 YouTube channel that covers Dylan Brown's case. What services do you offer? What are your hours? Said, hi, Bob. I don't use Facebook Messenger. And for those of you that use that, I don't. But rather email, and I gave him the rubber ducky. I don't have hours or provide any services. I read tarot on my channel, and only there I pray for justice to be served for Dylan Rounds. Can you do a reading on Dylan on my channel? I said, please share your channel link. I will check it out and follow up later today. Sure. So he put the link out there and I went there and y'all, I don't understand. There's like one video, maybe two, that don't have anything to do with Dylan Rounds. There's no subscribers really. Okay? I said, perfect, thank you. He said, let me know when you are ready, no hurry. After Thanksgiving. I said, are you related to Dylan? He said, no. I've been covering this case from the beginning and I'm very focused on this case. I said, I'm only seeing one video about Dylan. He said, Dylan's body is not found. I said, correct. I said, have you been working his case publicly? He said, I made all my videos private. I said, okay. He said, no, I'm a YouTuber. I said, I feel it's best I stay on my own channel with my reads at this time. He says, I have 200 people watch my live streams. I said, I appreciate that. I just have never read on another channel. He said, I saw for you reading on T-Rev's channel, and that's why I approached you. I said, oh, yes, but that was on him, not on a victim. He said, just trying to help his family find Dylan. And I got real with him, and I said, his family knows, as I do, where Dylan is. I said, Dylan Rounds was shot by Brenner, and he was deposited Dylan's body in the wash. Come spring, during the thaw, I believe they will most likely find him. He said, wait. You are not coming because I'm friends with Jim Terry? I said, I had no knowledge of your friendship. He said, okay. I said, Dylan, he wanted to know more. I said, I said, Jim shot Dylan over a horse, in my opinion, and a gate. He says, you know, P.I. Jim Terry? A lot of people hate him. I said, but the truth may never be known as to why the killers kill. I said, yes, I spoke to him once. He said, I believe, but a lot of people involved. I said, many covered. He said, yep, I don't know. Yep, I don't think they will ever find him. I said, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. And I said, I feel they will. He said, likewise, thank you. Then he texted me, I hope you change your mind. Then he texted me, hey, Mama D, Mama, please, come on to my show. We will treat you with the utmost respect. I said, what platform would we connect to? He said, YouTube. I said, I've never used YouTube to connect to guests. I'm not sure I know how that works. He said, no, I want you to be a guest on my show. I explained Brenner is the one. Dylan's body is in the wash, sadly. He said, okay, please tell that to my audience. He says, that's what I think. I said, you are correct. I said, in my study of his case, I can see the story. He said, really? So I waited and I responded, I would be willing to share what I feel happened through my intuitive story. He said, and then it went on. He says, good afternoon, Mama D. So he's trying to get me to go on his show. I don't understand what's going on, but we're going to do it. But we're also going to be live on here somehow. I'm going to figure it out. It's weird to me. I don't get it. What do you guys feel? What's your thought? Maybe he's a perp? I don't know. I just feel it's weird that all his videos are private. And there's nothing publicly out there on Dylan and what. I'm wondering if it's somebody, I don't know. Natural Healing says it feels shady, Mama D. I feel Dylan Rounds was thrown into the wash. It's a area where all the water that is there rushes and everything runs off and the sand's all there, and it's like quicksand. Jilly Lane says, I think it's weird. Lorna says it sounds fishy to me. Jeff says it is weird. Yes, Sassy, he's been acting like What About Bob? Remember, Sassy? That's how King Kratz used to do shit like that to me. King Kratz was this nasty prosecutor in the Steve Avery case. And once my channel went like huge with the Steve Avery case, King Kratz would come on to the YouTuber channels like Dawn and Candace do. Anyway, King Kratz would get on my channel and he'd start telling me how sexy I was and stupid shit like that. It was gross. And it was creepy. And he'd always stand up for King Kratz. He'd name himself like Porky Pig. And be like, King Kratz isn't a bad guy if you really get to know him. And I'm like, Ken, we know it's you. Why are you doing that? Like, you can't hide. Susan Rusco says, if it's the same guy Dylan supposedly was with his gay and his family is against it and stopped him from communicating with Dylan. Nettie says, very strange and being too pushy. Don't do it? Okay. Give me a 1, because you all have intuition too. Give me a 1 if you think we should, it's not like I'm going to go meet the person face to face. It's a Zoom. But give me a 1 if you think it's something perverted or weird or dangerous. And give me, and then I won't do it if the ones win. Give me a 2 if you're like, how could be, sounds harmless. All right, Mike O'Donnell, you have a good day. Divine Pathways is saying, I am telling you, Spirit said no, danger. Jill says, good idea, do a reading on him. All right. You guys are right. Now, I don't have it set up to show you the table. So you'll just have to trust me. Ooh, that's a lot of 1s. Whoa. Cards are spilling. Please show me this energy of this Bob. So we got a story. We have 4 of Cups, which means overlooking an opportunity. 4 of Cups. I'm trying to see where you can see. Let me see if that other... Let me look. Do we have a Zoom ready? Look at that. I'll just have to scoot way over. Okay, so we've got the 4 of Cups, right? We'll move the deck out of the way. We've got the 4 of Cups, apathy, overlooking. And then we go right, holy shit, we got the 4 of Wands, 1111. Are you able to see it? So that's a 44. We've got the 10 of Coins. Ooh, we have the 3 of Swords, Betrayal. And we have Justice card. We have the victim card. I'm so creeped out right now. We have the defensive, the most defensive card there is, with stalker energy. Go. The sun. Yikes! Yikes! What's the bottom of the deck, you guys? Thank you, guys. 3 of Cups. It's working together. Don't. You will lose people's respect for you. Don't. Well, it's not that I would go on his show for that reason, but I kind of started wondering if it was somebody that was actually affiliated with the disappearance of Dylan. It feels like a trap. I feel very uncomfortable with it, so I will be blocking him, but I thought before I block this dude, I always like to catfish them a little bit in the sense that they think I'm interested, but to figure out their agenda. What's their motive here? What's their end game? But that's creepy. Hey, Nicola Moody, how are you, lovely? Just got here. That's right, Patricia Parker. Don't get anything out there that you're not comfortable with. True. I was curious, but I'm not curious enough when there's no videos out there. They're all private. And that, to me, it's like a trafficking sign. It's like red flags all over. Why are all your videos private? And why would you want me on your show when you don't have a show? It's kind of like that time in the Steve Avery case, and I had just done an entire profile on Scott Tadich because I really feel he had a lot to do with the disappearance of Teresa, and that's my humble opinion. And I went to work on tickets and receipts for everything I was saying. And basically put him in a very precocious position because he couldn't deny this shit. It made him look sus as hell. And so he used his own Facebook. And you know, it's real when you go there and it's got all his friends are the family members in the case. And you know it's real. And he wanted me to go to meet him in Green Bay for a drink, so I could know he wasn't such a bad guy. Creepy. I'm like, I'm a church-going, loving single mom that don't leave my house. I don't drink. I don't party. You need to go away, dude. And I wasn't lying. I'm like, I don't leave my house unless I have to, and I have high security, so I don't think so. Yeah, he texted. I woke up to that in the morning. Like, at first, I knew his page, his real page. And it had his little icon, and I was like, yeah, somebody probably faked his icon. So I didn't even read what it said. I clicked the icon, and it took me back, and I'm like, hit the friends list, and I'm like, holy shit, this is the real Scott Tadich. Oh, I was terrified. Like, every body part went numb. I was chilled. I stepped outside on my back porch away from my family because I didn't want anybody in the house to know that I might be in danger and scare them all. And I read it and I was like, oh my God, what? And you know, it was at the point I was so deep in the case, every friend I had in real life was like, drop this now. I'm telling you, you're putting you and your family in danger. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm dropping it. So I couldn't very well be like, I'm still making videos, you know, and this is what happened. So I was like, holy shit. It got scary as hell. Susie Q says, so Mama D, can you explain from a tarot reader? Saw the card, said, please. I felt no on this. Love you, Mama D. Yeah, this was a no. 3 of Swords is a no. That's right. Go with your instinct. I kind of feel like it's somebody that is in the area where Brenner disappeared intuitively. And I'm not sure that they didn't have something to do with his disappearance. So I'm not going to mess with it. Dame Bon Daisy, I like the name, says, and she's talking about Brian Laundrie, so we're switching cases. She says the parents found it in 30 minutes flat. I don't think so. Madness. All right, my lovelies. Yeah, if it's not a hell yeah, it's a hell no. I agree. All right. Well, you guys, I'm on here for a hot minute. I thought it was going to be like a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, quickie, but you know, you guys just are so loving and so kind, and I love chit chatting with you, and it just time gets away from us. But I need to go make some supper. Mama is getting hungry. So, with that, everybody. Dana Lynn says, hi everybody, we're getting tornado outbreaks here. I'll have to watch on replay. Oh my God. Well, we send you, Dana Lynn, we send you a ton of protection. You are wrapped in our love and our light, and we pray for you to come out whole and fully protected. Your loved ones too. Right, What's Aware says, does Bob know we can track him like that? I just like to bring that shit up, because if somebody's really, really persistent and you don't bring it up and you don't talk about it, it doesn't get documented. So if later I have to talk to someone, I can say this is the exact day that this and this, because I got it on my phone, I got it live, and so I just don't like being pressured. Oh man, Divine Pathways said she's off to make some tacos. That's what her son wants. Now I gotta make tacos. I can feel it in my bones. Tacos. All right, my beautifuls. With that, I just want to say that I love you very much. I gratefully enjoyed this time together and look forward to it. Now, tomorrow is special. Tomorrow is Fabulous Sunday. And we're going to do all zodiac signs live together for, give me a drum roll, 2024. Oh, yeah. All positive, though. There might be a little hint of, well, you know, this little pivot, but it's all going to be positive. So it really is. We're focusing on what's the good stuff coming our way. We've put in our time. We've done the shadow work. We're working for justice for our victims. We want good news, and we want it wonderful, right? I pray for justice for the Idaho 4, Kaylee, Maddie, Zena, and Ethan, no matter what, above and beyond everything else that we talk about, that is in the forefront of my mind, in your mind. And so therefore it's where our hearts are. I love you. To the moon and back. I will talk.